We're celebrating 50 years of Mary Poppins just in time for Christmas. One of the film's child stars is here to tell us why she owes Julie Andrews a massive favour. As the sweet Jane Banks in Mary Poppins, and she joins us live from Los Angeles to mark the occasion. Good morning, Karen. The movie is so loved all over the world, but you only recently watched it with your kids for the very first time, so why did you wait until now?
Good morning. I waited till now because when I retired from show business in my 20s, I just wanted to be a mum. And I figured I'd have more power being a mum and have their kind of respect, etc., if they didn't know about my dark little past. And so I took them to the premiere. They had a re-premiere in December, and they all saw it for the first time. And actually, I probably made the wrong decision because they were very respectful. They even actually all made their beds the next day. Well, they didn't make them by going like that, but they did make them. So I probably goofed on that one.
Look, you're one of the lucky few people that can say that they were mentored by the great Julie Andrews. She did you a pretty big favour back then. What was that favour?
Well, she taught me that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But besides that, she was brilliant. When I first got cast in the film, they sent me the sheet music over to England, where I was growing up. And my parents thought it was a smart idea to have a local vocal coach, a music coach, teach me how to sing my solo, The Perfect Nanny. So cut to back in Los Angeles at Burbank Studios in front of a live orchestra of about 100 people. Oh, God, that song. And
it's a sweet song,
anyway,
Lee. It's a great song.
Oh, well, wait till you hear the way they made me sing it. So I'm in front of this live orchestra with Julie, and I started to sing it the way I'd been taught back in Warwickshire, which went like this. If you want this choice position... Well, Julie had a fit, and she said, oh, all the cast and crew started to laugh, and I was almost in tears, and Julie said, cut, no, let's take 5, better yet, let's take a day. Karen, I've got a day off tomorrow, and let's work together. And so she basically stripped down the song to what it is, a little kid reading a letter.
What a lovely thing to do. And it must have been a struggle at times to keep a straight face working with Dick Van Dyke. What was he like behind the scenes?
He's a naughty little boy. He still is a naughty little boy, even in his 80s. He was just actually a bit of a nightmare because I was always getting told off. You know, the minute the red light went on in the camera, he got straight back into character. But I was on the floor wetting myself laughing. He'd been doing things like, you know, kicking penguins and goosing Mary Poppins and, you know, very silly boy.
Well, you just mentioned that, you know, you retired at 20 from show business, and we all think that Life of a Child Star looks amazing. We've seen, you know, in modern times how it's not so much. What was life like on the inside?
Oh, as good as it looks. It was amazing. You know, mainly because Walt Disney took me and my family under his wing and, you know, treated us in such a special way. But also it was the 60s and, you know, there wasn't that much product out there then. So I think it was a much more innocent time to have that kind of work. It would be very difficult today. I'm glad my daughter's not following in my footsteps.
Karen, you were quite close to Walt Disney, weren't you? Tell us about the plane trip with the candy bar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, first of all, I have to tell you, being the 50th anniversary today of the movie, I just went down to the studio where there's a great big bronze statue of Walt, and I put some flowers down at the bottom of the statue with a thank you note, because if it wasn't for him, none of my life would have worked out the way it has. But Walt and I shared a fear of flying, and he's a very, very generous man. And on the weekends, he'd give my family and I use of one of his jets to go off to Palm Springs or Santa Barbara or whatever. And of course, the call signal for the jet was Mickey Mouse over, Mickey Mouse 1, all of that. But I was terrified of flying, and Walt was terrified of flying too. So he had the interior of this Mickey Mouse plane done out like a sweet shop for my sisters and I. So as soon as the seatbelt sign went off, we jumped up and we sold my mum and the chaperone and the air hostess sweeties all the way until we landed again. I actually need to send them the dental bills, but besides that, it's a great idea.
Brilliant story.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and happy 50th anniversary of that wonderful film and all the memories it provides, and happiness it provides everyone around the world, including my son and my kids to come.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, bless. Thanks so much for having me.